Car manufacturers, economic giants, illusion of astronomical profits. The shocking truth is that making cars doesn't make a profit. Behind the glamour of famous brands, there is a constant struggle to keep the doors open. Very high cost of production, narrow profit margins, fierce competition. Sounds impossible. Right. Think of a sophisticated assembly line, robots in action, painstakingly assembled parts. Millions spent on technology and innovation. And yet, automakers can barely make ends meet. Each new model, a risk. Every innovation, a bet. The game is risky, and the scales tip dangerously in the red. But why do they continue? Government subsidies, strategic partnerships, business diversification. The aftermarket, a hidden gold mine. Parts, service, maintenance. The real sources of profit. Automakers need these strategies to survive. Want to know how? Stay until the end and discover the secrets that keep this industry going. Topic 1. The grand illusion of automotive profits. 1. Debunking the myth. Why many believe making cars is a lucrative business. The common perception that automobile manufacturing is extremely profitable comes from a superficial understanding of the industry. Automakers are often seen as economic giants, with renowned brands and a global presence. However, the reality is that profit margins on new vehicle sales are incredibly tight. Various costs, including materials, labor, and innovative technologies, erode profits. Additionally, the automotive market is highly competitive, forcing businesses to invest heavily in marketing and promotions to maintain their positions in the market. The pressure to reduce costs and maximize efficiency is constant. Automakers face the challenge of balancing the production of affordable vehicles while maintaining quality and innovation. In addition, demands for greener and safer vehicles increase production costs. Consumers increasingly expect cutting-edge technology in their cars, which requires significant investments in research and development. This complex dynamic makes it difficult for automakers to make substantial profits from selling new vehicles alone. The scenario is made even more challenging by global economic fluctuations. Recessions, changes in government policies, and public health crises such as the COVID-19 pandemic directly impact vehicle sales and production. Automakers are forced to adapt quickly, often absorbing the additional costs or facing declining sales. This financial volatility is one of the reasons why the belief in the easy profitability of car manufacturing is actually a myth. 2. Historical analysis. How did automakers' pasts create this perception of profitability? The history of automakers is full of moments of great growth and innovation, which have helped solidify the idea that the industry is profitable. In the post-World War II years, demand for automobiles skyrocketed, especially in the United States, Europe, and Japan. Automakers took advantage of this boom, expanding their operations and achieving impressive profits. This period of growth created the perception that making cars was a gold mine. During the 1960s and 1970s, American automakers such as Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler dominated the global market. They launched iconic models that became symbols of status and success, fueling the idea that the auto industry was extremely profitable. However, this golden age also masked the growing operational and financial challenges that were beginning to emerge, such as the oil crisis and foreign competition. In the 1980s and 1990s, globalization and the entry of new competitors, especially from Asia, drastically changed the landscape. Automakers like Toyota and Honda have introduced more efficient production methods and more reliable vehicles, forcing traditional companies to adapt or face decline. Despite these changes, the image of a rich and powerful industry persisted in the public mind, even as profit margins were getting narrower and narrower. Topic 2. The hidden costs of car production. 1. Infrastructure and technology. How much does it really cost to set up a modern car factory? Setting up a modern car factory is a colossal undertaking that involves billionaire investments. The necessary infrastructure includes production facilities, logistics systems, and advanced equipment, all of which are designed to optimize efficiency and quality. Factories must be built to support complex assembly lines, state-of-the-art robotics, and automation technologies. These upfront costs are just the tip of the iceberg. as ongoing maintenance and upgrading of technology are also significant requirements. In addition to physical costs, automakers need to invest in information technology and production management systems. Advanced software for enterprise resource planning, ERP, quality control, and supply chain management are essential for operating in a competitive environment. Not only are these systems expensive to implement, but they also require regular updates and ongoing training for employees, adding an extra layer of operational cost. Infrastructure and technology costs are exacerbated by the need to meet increasingly stringent environmental and safety regulations. Factories must be designed to minimize environmental impact, which often means additional investments in green technologies and waste management systems. In addition, ensuring that all vehicles meet global safety standards entails additional costs in testing and certification. These factors contribute significantly to the narrow profit margin in automobile manufacturing. 2. Research and development. The financial impact of constantly innovating in a competitive market. Innovation is the backbone of the automotive industry, but it comes with a hefty price tag. Automakers spend billions of dollars annually on research and development, R&D, to create new models, safety technologies, and propulsion systems. This investment is crucial to remain competitive and meet consumer demands for more efficient, safer, and more connected vehicles. However, the return on these investments is not always guaranteed, creating significant financial risk. The pressure to innovate is intensified by rapid technological evolution. Technologies such as electric, autonomous, and connected vehicles are changing the automotive landscape. Automakers can't afford to be left behind, which means they need to continually invest in R&D to develop and implement these technologies. This relentless cycle of innovation requires not only financial resources, but also specialized time and talent, which are scarce and expensive resources. Additionally, the development of new technologies frequently faces unforeseen challenges that can further increase costs. Technical issues, ever-changing regulations, and the need to extensively test new technologies to ensure their safety and effectiveness can delay the launch of new products and increase spending. These factors make R&D a double-edged sword, essential for long-term success, but a significant financial burden in the short term. Topic 3. Automakers' survival strategies. 1. Government subsidies. How automakers rely on tax incentives to maintain their operations. Governments around the world frequently provide subsidies and tax incentives to automakers to sustain their operations and jobs. These financial aids are vital for the survival of many businesses, especially in times of economic crisis. For example, during the 2008 financial crisis, major U.S. automakers received billions of dollars in government bailouts to avoid bankruptcies. These subsidies help reduce operating costs and allow automakers to continue investing in new technology and expansion. Tax incentives also play a crucial role. Governments offer tax reductions and tax credits to promote local production and the development of green technologies. These incentives are particularly important for the development of electric and hybrid vehicles, areas where R&D costs are extremely high. Without these benefits, many automakers would be unable to compete in the global marketplace or implement the innovations needed to meet environmental and consumer demands. However, reliance on government subsidies also comes with risks. Changes in government policies or fiscal crises can reduce or eliminate these incentives, leaving automakers vulnerable. In addition, there is growing public and political pressure against the use of public funds to bail out private companies, especially in sectors considered polluting. This scenario creates a dangerous dependency that can affect the long-term financial stability of automakers. 2. Product diversification. Why many automakers invest in areas beyond car manufacturing. To mitigate financial risks and create new sources of revenue, many automakers diversify their operations beyond vehicle manufacturing. Investments in sectors such as financial services, mobility technology, and renewable energy are common. For example, several automakers have finance divisions that offer loans and insurance, creating a more stable and predictable revenue stream. These financial operations can be highly profitable, helping to offset the reduced profit margins on the sale of new vehicles. In addition, diversification into mobility technology, such as car-sharing services and smart transportation solutions, is becoming increasingly important. Companies such as BMW and Daimler have invested heavily in mobility services to capture the shift in consumer preferences towards shared vehicle use. Not only do these services generate additional revenue, but they also provide valuable data on consumer behaviors, which can be used to improve products and services. Investment in renewable energy and sustainable technologies is another area of diversification. Automakers like Tesla and Toyota are leading the way in clean energy technologies, from long-lasting batteries to solar power systems. Not only do these investments help reduce the carbon footprint of businesses, but they also open up new market opportunities. By diversifying their operations, automakers can create a financial safety net that helps them navigate the challenges of the automotive industry. Topic 4. The role of partnerships and mergers. 1. Strategic combinations. How partnerships and mergers help mitigate financial losses. Strategic partnerships and mergers are essential tools for automakers looking to mitigate financial losses and increase their competitiveness. Collaborations between companies allow for the sharing of costs and resources, which is particularly valuable in expensive and complex R&D projects. For example, the alliance between Renault, Nissan, and Mitsubishi allows these companies to share vehicle platforms and technologies, significantly reducing development and production costs. These partnerships create economies of scale that are crucial to maintain profitability. Mergers also provide opportunities to optimize operations and increase efficiency. When two automakers merge, they can streamline their supply chains, consolidate factories, and eliminate redundancies. Not only does this reduce operating costs, but it also improves responsiveness to market changes. The merger between Fiat and Chrysler, which formed Fiat Chrysler Automobiles (FCA), is an example of how these unions can revitalize companies and create a stronger, more competitive entity. Additionally, strategic partnerships can facilitate entry into new markets and segments. Collaborations with technology companies, for example, allow automakers to accelerate the development of autonomous and connected vehicles. The partnership between Ford and Google for the development of autonomous vehicles exemplifies how these alliances can bring mutual benefits by combining the automotive expertise of one with the technological capabilities of the other. These strategies are vital for navigating the complex and dynamic environment of the automotive industry. 2. Recent examples. Case studies of large mergers and their financial motivations. The merger between PSA Group and Fiat Chrysler Automobiles, FCA, to form Stellantis is a recent and significant example. This union was motivated by the need to address the economic and technological challenges of the industry. Together, the companies can share R&D costs for electric and autonomous vehicles, as well as optimize their global operations. The merger creates one of the world's largest automakers, with a strong presence in Europe and North America, allowing for economies of scale and increased competitiveness. Another example is the alliance between Ford and Volkswagen. The two automotive giants have teamed up to develop electric and autonomous vehicles, sharing platforms and technologies. This partnership not only reduces development costs, but also accelerates time to market. Ford will benefit from Volkswagen's electric platform, while Volkswagen will have access to Ford's autonomous driving technology. These collaborations are strategic to address rapid technological change and growing consumer demands. The acquisition of Opel by PSA Group in 2017 is another illustrative case. The purchase of Opel, formerly owned by General Motors, allowed PSA to expand its presence in the European market and achieve significant economies of scale. PSA implemented a rigorous restructuring, resulting in improvements in Opel's operational efficiency and financial performance. These examples highlight how mergers and acquisitions are driven by financial and strategic motivations to strengthen companies' position in the global marketplace. Topic 5. The aftermarket, the real gold mine. 1. Parts and service. Why the aftermarket is more lucrative than selling new cars. The aftermarket, which includes spare parts, maintenance, and service, is a crucial source of profit for automakers. Selling new vehicles, while vital, has narrow profit margins due to high production costs and intense competition. In contrast, the aftermarket offers significantly higher margins. Spare parts, especially those that are modal and brand-specific, have a considerable markup. Maintenance and repair services, which are required regularly throughout the life of a vehicle, provide an ongoing and profitable revenue stream. Customer loyalty plays a vital role in the success of the aftermarket. Vehicle owners tend to return to dealerships for service and parts, relying on the quality and compatibility of the original products. Automakers encourage this loyalty through warranty and maintenance programs, which not only increase customer satisfaction, but also ensure a steady flow of business. In addition, authorized dealerships use genuine parts and have trained technicians, which reinforces consumer confidence and increases the frequency of visits. With the increasing complexity of modern vehicles, especially electric and hybrid ones, the demand for specialized services and specific parts is only likely to increase. Advanced electronic systems and high-tech components require regular maintenance and precise replacements. Automakers that invest in robust aftermarket programs and specialized service centers are able to capitalize on this demand, turning the aftermarket into a veritable gold mine, much more lucrative than the initial sale of the vehicles. 2. Customer loyalty. How automakers use after-sales to ensure ongoing revenue. Customer loyalty is an essential strategy to ensure continued revenue in the aftermarket. Automakers invest in loyalty programs, maintenance offerings, and service packages to keep customers coming back to dealerships. These programs offer benefits such as discounts, priority services, and extended warranties, creating a sense of added value and exclusivity. By cultivating long-term relationships with customers, automakers not only ensure repeat business, but also foster brand loyalty. The data collected during after-sales services is invaluable. Information about vehicle usage patterns, maintenance needs, and customer preferences allows automakers to personalize their offerings and better understand consumer behavior. This personalization can include automatic reminders for maintenance services, special offers for parts and accessories, and even recommendations for purchasing new vehicles. This customer-centric approach not only improves the owner's experience, but also maximizes revenue potential. In addition, the integration of technology into aftermarket operations is transforming the industry. Mobile apps and online platforms allow customers to schedule services, track the status of repairs, and receive real-time updates. These tools increase convenience and transparency, further strengthening the relationship between customer and dealership. Automakers that adopt these technologies can not only increase customer satisfaction, but also optimize their operations and identify new business opportunities in the aftermarket. Topic 6. Impact of new technologies and market changes. 1. Electric and self-driving cars. The financial challenges of adapting to new technologies. The transition to electric and autonomous vehicles poses a monumental financial challenge for automakers. The development of these technologies requires massive investments in research and development, new production infrastructure, and supply networks. Electric batteries, for example, are expensive to produce and require rare and expensive materials such as lithium and cobalt. In addition, the creation of autonomous vehicles involves the integration of advanced sensors, artificial intelligence, and connectivity systems, each with its own high costs. Adapting to these new technologies also implies significant changes in the supply chain. Automakers need to forge new partnerships with technology suppliers and invest in specialized training for their workforce. Factories need to be adapted or rebuilt to accommodate the production of electric vehicles, which requires a large amount of upfront capital. In addition, maintenance and support for these new technologies requires a specialized service network, further increasing operating costs. The market for electric and autonomous vehicles is still in the growth phase, which means that automakers face uncertainties in terms of consumer acceptance and government regulations. Incentive policies can vary significantly from one country to another, and charging infrastructure for electric vehicles is still under development in many regions. These factors increase financial risks, making transitioning to new technologies a complex and expensive endeavor, but inevitable to remain competitive in the future of the automotive industry. 2. Changing consumer behavior. How the preference for shared mobility is affecting automakers' profit margins. The shift in consumer behavior toward shared mobility is having a profound impact on automakers' profit margins. Increasingly, consumers are opting for car-sharing services and public transportation instead of owning a vehicle of their own. This trend is driven by economic, environmental, and social factors. The convenience of using an app to access a car when needed and the reduced costs associated with owning a vehicle are making shared mobility an attractive option, especially in urban areas. This shift in behavior is forcing automakers to rethink their traditional business models. Instead of focusing exclusively on vehicle sales, companies are investing in mobility services such as car sharing and ride-hailing. These new lines of business have the potential to generate revenue, but they also present significant operational and financial challenges. Profit margins on these services are generally lower compared to selling vehicles, and competition with well-established tech companies such as Uber and Lyft is intense. To adapt to this new reality, automakers are forming strategic partnerships and developing their own mobility platforms. These initiatives not only help mitigate the loss of revenue from vehicle sales, but also allow companies to position themselves as leaders in the new era of mobility. However, the transition is not easy and requires ongoing investments in technology, marketing, and infrastructure. Automakers that can successfully navigate this paradigm shift have the opportunity to turn challenges into long-term growth opportunities. Automakers that don't profit from car manufacturing? Incredible, but it's the reality. Cost complexity, the need for constant innovation, and fierce competition make this industry a financial battleground. The real gold mine is in the aftermarket. Parts, service, maintenance. These are the pillars that support the automotive giants. The reliance on government subsidies and strategic partnerships reveals an industry struggling to stay afloat. Without this aid, many automakers would not survive. And yet, they continue to invest billions in new technologies and production methods. Does the future hold more challenges or new opportunities for these companies? What do you think? Will shared mobility and electric vehicles change the game? Or will automakers continue to look for ways to profit in an ever-evolving market? The hidden side of automakers is exposed. And now, the next time you see a car on the street, you'll know there's a lot more under the hood than meets the eye.